I'm gonna go wash my face and then I'll be back. Happy Sushi Sunday, it's your girl Sue. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. If you're not watching this on the weekend, I hope you're just having an awesome day. And thank you for watching this video. I don't know what I was doing with my hands, but my face is clean. I washed it and I feel so good. Also, I got a ring light. I don't know if you can tell, but I got a ring light. I'm still debating if I want to keep it or not, but so far I like it. It has like 3 different settings. Let me just show you. Warm, cool, and this is like excuse me, is this just like normal? I don't know. Did it change the brightness? No, it didn't. Okay, there we go. I also got my matcha latte. So do you guys see how green this is? This is how green I like my matcha. This is a good like 2 or 3 servings in here. I prefer to make these at home just because most cafes just put in 1 serving. You know, matcha is not cheap. It's there's definitely affordable brands out there, but good quality matcha is usually a little bit pricey, and so I understand why they don't put in that much, but I really like putting in 2 to 3 servings just because I like tasting it, and I like my drinks like extra like matcha-y. So good. Okay, so let's begin. I want to talk about so I should let you know I'm 24 and I recently decided to go back to school to start taking college courses again. And when I was almost 21 years old, I decided to drop out just because I really didn't like school and I didn't know where I was going with it. I was so on and off, and I would keep like taking classes and then withdraw from them in the middle of like the semester or quarter. Because I went to a few different community colleges, and you know, some are on semester system and some are on quarter system. So I decided to drop out for the time period and just work. I really just wanted to make money because I didn't know what I wanted to do. I really didn't like school. I didn't like being a part-time like worker and like a part-time / trying to be a full-time student. I just preferred to work, and so that's what I did. And I don't regret my decision because I really enjoyed most of the places that I got to work at, and you know, I met a lot of people, which is really awesome too. And so yeah, I don't regret it. And I also want to say that, you know, when I did drop out of college initially, I knew that I eventually wanted to go back and finish and at least get like an associate's degree. I just didn't know when that was. And I know for some people, you know, a lot of people graduate when they're like 21, 22 and then get into their career. And I think that's awesome too. There's a lot of people that are in similar situations to me that, you know, decide to drop out and just start working right away, or, you know, go to school later on. I don't think any of those choices are the right choices. It's just what works for you, and this is what works for me, you know, and I don't think it's anyone's like right to judge my decision because my path is completely different from the path that someone else might be choosing. What works for someone else might not work for me, just like me choosing to go back to school at 24 years old might not work for someone else either, and that's okay. And I do want to say, you know, it wasn't new that I didn't like school. I didn't do that well in high school either. I actually, ooh, my bangs are being a little funny. Why do bangs grow so fast? Do you see this? They look a little funny. Oh my god. Okay. Get it together, Sue. I'm just in a really good mood today, and I will get to it. But, you know, throughout high school, I had a lot of mental stuff going on. My mental health was very bad throughout. Oh, sorry, there's hair in my face. My mental health was very bad throughout all of high school. And I just would kind of refuse to go to school. I ditched a lot. I wouldn't do my homework. School was not a priority. And so my junior year, I think it was like halfway through, I was called into, I think, the vice principal's office or the dean, one of them. And I was basically given the option to either stay an extra year, because by the time I was a senior, I would not have enough credits to graduate, or I could go to a continuation school and graduate on time. And I decided to go to continuation school just because I didn't really see like myself staying for an extra year at the traditional high school that I was at and actually completing all my courses and getting all the credits I needed to graduate. The cycle of me not going to class and just not doing what what you're supposed to do, that wouldn't have changed if I stayed there. And I knew that. I really recognized that. So I chose to go to the continuation school. And I do not regret that at all. I don't think I ever regretted it. I actually really enjoyed my experience at the continuation school because of the type of people that I met. And what I mean by that is, I feel like in a traditional high school, also, you're so young then. This is like, we're talking about like 14 to 18-year-olds. You're so young. And there was just this like stigma about going to continuation school. Not many people went. And honestly, at the time, I was one of 3 Asians that was at the school. And there was a lot of like people like from the traditional high school, like, oh, why are you going there? Like, aren't you like worried or scared? And let me tell you something. The continuation school was nice, okay? I feel like people had this expectation that it was gonna be like super run down and just like really crappy. Well, it was the complete opposite. I have never had such caring teachers and staff. I learned how to write my freaking resume at 16 years old because one of the counselors, the guidance counselors, was helping students write their resumes. And I think, also that was really possible because of how small the school was. I think my graduating class was like 50, not even 50 people compared to what would have been like 1,000 at the traditional high school. And, I met a lot of different people. The class, the whole school, majority were people of color. And I really learned about like so many other reasons why people were there, what put them in that situation. And, it's not just like, oh, I didn't go to school because I didn't want to. Some people, there's definitely people like that, but there's also people that had to work when they were that young. I worked too when I was 16, but there were people that I met that worked when they were even younger, and they were like one of the main providers for their family while still in high school. Some people had to take care of their siblings or other family members, or had to take care of their own children. And everyone just had a different reason that is so valid. It honestly was probably one of the best experiences that I've had. And, you know, I didn't really make like lifelong friends. I was honestly just there to get my diploma and get out. But while I was there, I really enjoyed everyone I met. Like, everyone was so nice, so sweet, and no one was judgmental, you know? And it just seemed like there was this common understanding that you have your own shit going on just like I do. And I'm not gonna judge you because I don't know what you're going through. And I just loved it. I loved my experience there. And I am so like proud to say, like, yeah, I got my diploma from a high school diploma from a continuation school. I still learned as much, not gonna lie. I learned more there because I actually went to my classes. I actually put in the work because of the whole community there. And, you know, I think it does have to do with it was a smaller school, so they were able to, you know, give each individual more attention. But you just felt like every teacher, every counselor, the principals, the vice principal, every staff member cared about you, which was really awesome to me. And so yeah, that being said, you know, I actually only ended up going to community college right after high school because of the guidance counselors there. You know, they were very like encouraging and never like made you feel like college was the only option. They really understood that everyone has a different situation and wants different things in life. And, you know, some people from that continuation school ended up going to state schools, and I think a few people even got into UCs. So that just shows that going to a continuation school does not mean that you cannot go to what is considered a good school. I just chose to go to community college because I don't know. I just wanted to. And so, yeah, I went to college for a few years, dropped out, and now I'm back. I've been back for 1 quarter. I'm doing all online, you know, because of the pandemic. And I said quarter because the community college I'm going to is on quarter system. So classes are a bit more fast paced than like schools that are on semester system. And your girl got an A and a B. Yes, I only took 2 classes, but I did it. I actually did it. I actually did all my homework, studied, and went to the classes. I'm so proud of myself, I'm not gonna lie. I was really worried that I was not gonna do well and just lose interest again. I think it helps that I have kind of figured out what I want to study. You know, before I dropped out, I thought I wanted to study I didn't know. I was like business or this and that, and then I eventually settled on like business administration, and I told myself, oh, I think I eventually want to do like marketing, and I just wasn't happy. And after a few years, I have finally decided that I don't know how far I'm gonna go with this, but I want to study psychology. And I feel like I always knew I wanted to. I was always interested in psychology. It's just, I was scared. I was scared to go into it because I didn't think I was smart enough. You know, getting bad grades throughout like high school, not doing well in certain classes like math and science. Actually, I didn't do well in any of my classes because I didn't go, but specifically, like, I just really didn't like math, science. So I just didn't think I would do well. And, you know, now and I was scared too, just because as someone with like mental health, like a history of mental health issues, I didn't know, like, I was afraid like my mental health would get worse. And after taking just one class, the intro class, I understand so much more about myself too. And having like a history of mental health has actually helped me do better in the class. And I really enjoyed it. I think that makes like the like huge difference, like that I am enjoying it, and I finally feel like I am learning something that I'm really interested in and that I want to learn. And I'm also learning Korean officially. I am a Korean American, and I know some Korean because I grew up with my grandparents that only speak Korean. I just never learned how to read or write. They definitely like tried to get me to learn, but it just never stuck, and I never took like real classes. Like, we would do like the online things, like my grandma used to watch this Korean like ad on Korean TV, and you could buy like the CDs and the like booklets to help you learn. And we tried that. It did not work for me. But now I'm officially learning, and it is so fun. I can read and write Korean. It is so cool and amazing to me. So yeah, I just wanted to share my experience as a 24-year-old returning to college after an almost 4-year break. And, you know, my point of sharing this is for people to just, I know it's hard, but don't be scared. Like, and don't feel like whatever decision you're making, like whether you decide to not go to school or go to school, is completely up to you. And, you know, I have friends too that have graduated at like 21, 22 and are like well into their career. And that's awesome too. There's always going to be people that take that path, but that doesn't mean that's the only path. Even if it seems like that's very common. You know, there's way more to life than just going to school and working. So yeah, just enjoy your life, you know? There's like, don't just like, I mean, if what matters is your education and working, that's for you. But for me, like, even if you feel that way, you should not push that onto other people. Just like how, you know, I'm going back to school now, and I'm not gonna push people to drop out and go to school later on, because everyone's path is different. So, yeah. Okay? Respect everyone's own decision. You can't make their decision for them. And I think that's it. This is actually pretty short. It's been like almost 20 minutes. Oh, wow. Hold on, let's see. You guys are just gonna get a minute of me playing with my bangs. Okay, but really, do you see how small my forehead is? This is why people would not give me bangs, because it's like literally 2 fingers. And I can't cut it any shorter or else it'll look really funny. And trust me, I have tried. Well, I cut my bangs on my own one time when I was like 8 years old, and I think I cut it up to like here. I just remember looking really funny. Okay? But, oh yeah, also, if you are thinking about getting bangs, just do it yourself, okay? This is the time. Yeah, I'm just in such a good mood, you know? That I did well. I'm proud of myself. I hope if you're watching this, you are proud of yourself too for whatever you're doing. Even if, you know, you're not working or going to school, the fact that you just got up today and just the fact that you got up, be proud of that. Okay? Oh my god. Yay! Okay, I think I am going to end this here. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and please make sure to subscribe to my channel, like my video, comment, and turn on those post notifications. Okay, see you guys next Sunday. Bye!